Hey, hello, how are you, Internet? My name is Matthew. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the things that I've been doing for the last couple months. I'm very excited. I've never done a project of this magnitude before, and I'm actually very excited to be able to talk about it now that it's been out for a few weeks, and I'm interested with talking with you guys about kind of the behind the scenes of like how I made this, because I didn't make this while I was live at all, and I did it during times when I'd usually be live streaming. So wanted to at least be able to say thank you to everybody that still supported me while I was gone, and in order to do that, I think I should logistically bring up everybody who has subscribed to me over the last few months and say thank you to all of these beautiful people who continue to support me even when I'm not creating live entertainment, and entertainment's in very big air quotes that you can't see because I don't have a webcam on. Let's jump right in the news. Here's what I've been working on. I got pulled into a conversation much more than a few months back with some really good friends, Raina and Ian, from Life Noggin, and this project ended up being more into their Play Noggin banner. They wanted to make a show for Twitch, and they wanted to have it be very community oriented and heavy with chat integration, which, as anybody who has ever talked to me about things that I really enjoy in terms of why do I like Twitch as much as I do? It's because it's able to engage audiences in real time, and what they wanted to do was make a trivia show live on Twitch, and they needed some help creating a backend for it, and that really I don't want to say like scratched an itch for me, but like I didn't know how I was going to start doing that. I didn't know what I was going to do, so like it took me a hot second, but this is after, I want to say three and a half weeks. This is pretty much it. This is the back end for Gamenight. You can see that it connects to Twitch chat here, and it connects to assets in OBS using this. So you literally just start up the Gamenight application, and there are a whole bunch of different menus, anything from storing your trivia questions, starting rounds, being able to trigger next questions, and selecting host answers, calculating all of the answers from chat, and at the end of a round being able to get totals from what everybody voted in chat and your hosts voted, and being able to calculate scores and check whether or not a chat scored more points than the hosts did on questions, and being able to let the chat use emotes to vote on punishments. I'm going to show video examples of all of this stuff here in just a little bit. I just kind of wanted to show you what the back end looks like. So you're able to start and stop votes. You can select different emotes, I think pretty easily. So you're able to change emotes that you would see on screen. And finally, one of my favorite things that I worked on at the very end of the show, you're able to show stats and show stats on screen. It's very graphic based. So anybody who's a big fan of numbers porn, like I am, it collects just raw data and then shows it in a visual way. Settings is just a way to change stuff or add questions on the fly. As anybody who's ever streamed on Twitch knows, that there's a little bit of a natural built-in delay, and you need to account for that when taking answers from chat. So I built that in so that people could still technically be voting even after the voting on our end has closed. It hasn't for them yet, so built that in. And here you can change assets inside of OBS in order for us to control them a little bit better. But let's go ahead and look at what that all looks like when it's on stream. Here's the show from Sunday, which was yesterday now. This isn't very much, but you can kind of go ahead and tell some of the things that are happening. This is a round timer that's being controlled by me. This is actually during the warm-up phase, so we're not triggering any questions, but instead it's just hosts talking and playing a little bit of whatever game they're going to be playing. Jumping into some questions, you're able to see a question from the queue pop up. You'll have 30 seconds to answer a question, the hosts as well as all of chat. So all of those timers are controlled directly by the application. You can see the chat over on the right typing in true and false. That is that's how you vote. And the host's score gets directly inputted by whoever's controlling the app. Chat score is controlled by majority. So if the more majority of people vote true, then chat's answer is true. If the majority of them vote for false, it's essentially just kind of a big community thing. So here's another example really quick. You can kind of see just kind of the question being asked, and then people in chat answering. The show itself is very essentially hosts versus chat in a game of trivia. So you kind of as a community have to know interesting questions, and I was really interested in this project from the very beginning, because it seemed like everybody on board was very interested in what it meant to make a show for Twitch that was super interactive, and that to me was really fantastic. As you can see, like, all of the questions pop up on the correct answers pop up on screen afterwards, and at the end of a 20-minute round, it will total everything for you, and then it will do a quick reveal to see whether or not hosts or chat scored more, in just kind of like a very quick on screen summary. So just it calculates all of those things and then does a quick reveal. They are sipping out of sippy bottles, which is one of the next things we'll talk about. The punishments in whenever they would lose. You would here are the emotes that you can essentially type in chat in order to vote for. So yeah, a lot of these features I was really very proud of. So you can actually see the emotes getting bigger or smaller based on the number of people that have voted for them. So I was really proud and happy to work on something that has dynamic assets, and anybody that knows me knows that I'm a really big fan of anything that is constantly changing based on stuff that's happening over here in the chat. So the final thing, and what we'll end on, is the essentially the graphics or the stats at the very end that lead into credits for the show after it's all completely done. It remembers all questions that were asked during the entirety of the show. It puts them up inside of a scene. It remembers all of the chat's answers, and then it displays some bar graphs with the percentages that chat answered. It recounts what the host answered, and then it reveals what the correct answer was. This was by far my favorite feature for the application. All of this is done inside of OBS and editing sources. I think it just looks really nice. really nice and clean, and it's a really fun way to end a night of trivia show. The height of the Eiffel Tower changes depending on what season it is. Well, I guess that was pretty obvious. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, among other things. But I do want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting me through the last couple months, and essentially, yeah, I don't want to say that, you know, I couldn't do it without you, because I could, but it's just very nice that that you guys kind of will support me no matter what. So I appreciate it. I wanted to say thank you and catch you up on the cool behind the scenes things that I've been working on, because yeah, I love communicating, and I like writing this kind of stuff up, and it's you know, it's turned into a bit more than just a hobby. It's I'm now making really cool things for other people. So again, thank you. Here's just a quick peek into my life, and I wanted to say thanks. It's been 11 minutes. So I'm gonna go. You guys are the best. Take care and goodbye.